nightmare that is Dorian is now over for North America, and it's now passing over the North Atlantic as a post-tropical cyclone with winds of 50 miles per hour and a pressure of 982 millibars. Currently at 55.2 north, 47.4 west at 10 a.m. Eastern Time this September 9th. The CDPS is still looking at veer in the Faroe Islands for September the 11th, where it could strike as a CDPS Stage 2 despite it being extratropical. That would still be significant on the CDPS. Looking at it right now, it is located at this position here, still with a very wide wind field as you can see. The damage potential remaining significant as stated, not too far to the south of Greenland at this point. It is 352 miles from Nanortalik, 1080 from Reykjavik in Iceland, 1293 in from Rockall, and 1476 from St Kilda in Scotland, 1490 from veer in the Faroe Islands. No warnings are in effect anymore. The warnings in Canada have subsided, and no more tropical related warnings obviously will be expected from this system whatsoever. So now let's take a look at the models. This is the GFS. It is way off the screen by now, but we can have a little look at Gabrielle on this screen here. You can see the trail of pink there. That is Tropical Storm Gabrielle's rain field moving on towards the northeast. That won't be affecting any land areas, thankfully. The pink areas denoting areas of 3 inches of rain or higher. Gabrielle, a fairly small storm, has been the whole time. Has been toying with the idea of whether it wants to become a hurricane or not. A warm trail extending from Gabrielle up to Dorian, 24 degrees Celsius down there, although where Dorian is about 10. Well, this is not Dorian that we're looking at, this is Gabrielle once again that we're looking at on the imagery. There it is, speeding off towards the northeast, still remaining a tropical cyclone for a little while before turning post-tropical shortly before arriving in Europe. Both Dorian and Gabrielle will probably be around the same area at the same time, although a little bit of latitude will separate the two systems. The North Atlantic after that will be very quiet over the following days. No systems on the radar, although 94L could develop into something later further south. Chances of tropical storm equivalent winds, although it won't be tropical, 70% at Tórshavn, 70% also in Stornoway, 60% in Reykjavik and Lerwick, and 55% in Donegal in Ireland. This was the wind field of Dorian when it was moving over the Bahamas and when it was affecting parts of the eastern coast of Florida. It's interesting to reflect on this now, just how it did that incredible stalling at the early part of this month and then lingered along the coast of the United States. Hurricane force winds were very close to the coast of Florida, didn't arrive really in South Carolina until later, and then it really went and affected North Carolina, the edge of the storm affecting the Outer Banks with its eye. And there is the latest imagery of a very sorry looking Dorian by this point. It is progressing quite quickly towards the northeast, and its influence in terms of cloud coverage is expanding even greater, part of it across the continent of Greenland, and generally the storm is starting to leave the coast of Canada, although the wind field is now well offshore. The rainfall could still amount to just a little bit more in association with Dorian on the eastern part of Atlantic Canada. It will continue to shoot off towards the northeast or east-northeast, will affect Iceland, possibly with tropical storm force winds, as well as the Faroe Islands and northern parts of Scotland and Ireland, and will then move off into the Arctic regions, well towards the northwest of Scandinavia. Dorian's dead, but the ghost lives on. You can follow Force 13's outlets, the website force13.com. You can also find our YouTube channel. If you're not there already, you may well be. Good chance of that. Subscribe if you haven't. You can also find our Facebook page, search Force 13 all in text, and our Twitter handle, it's @Force13 on there. You can also help the project become even better by becoming a patron. You can see more information about all the benefits involved by visiting patreon.com/Force13. With a special thanks to these people for being our most valued patrons this month: You can also check out our growing merch store so you can show Force 13's colours wherever you go. You can also find a link to our Discord server underneath this video in the description.